Well, howdy there, people out in Videoland. I'm Mike the Gamer Guy, and this is Thomas.
Hello.
Back for what I want to say is the third year, or possibly fourth year, of E3 video prediction talk stuff. This time, we broadcast to you from the beautiful Wisconsin Dells. We're on vacation currently, so this video is taking on a slightly different form. But we got our E3 bingo cards here, and we're going to talk about them. And first, I'd just like to say that this is kind of a different situation than we've ever had with E3, isn't it? Yeah. So many games have been revealed beforehand. There's so many leaks. We're just going off of our bingo cards that we made directly after, I want to say, the March Direct. Yeah. We haven't done anything since. So if any of this seems outdated to you, that's why, and we'll kind of bring that up as we go. But if I may start, Tom?
You may.
My first square is new Smash mode. I think we're going to see some kind of new mode from Smash 4. I think we're kind of going on the assumption that this is going to be very Smash 4-ish.
Yeah. I guess like a better adventure mode.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, is some sort of adventure mode.
So it'll be Smash 4 plus adventure mode.
Yeah, essentially. What do you got?
Oh, my first one is Paper Mario Remake for 3DS.
Not gonna happen, I don't think. I think Nintendo wants to stay as far away from those old style of Paper Mario as they can. I mean,
they're making a lot of remakes lately for the 3DS, though.
That's true.
With Luigi's Mansion, and they've made the Mario and Luigi games, which are also RPGs.
But haven't they said as much about the Paper Mario games, that they're not going back to that old style?
They might not go back to that old style for the new games, but they can always remake the old ones.
Okay. Next up I have Splatoon DLC details. This is just an easy one, I think. Yeah. They're going to talk about the Octo expansion that they revealed back in March. Give a few more details about it. It's probably going to annoy everybody a little bit, because, like, yeah, we know about this. Get on with it. It's going to be one of those moments. We should say the Direct is 45 minutes long.
Which is longer than last year's.
By like 15 minutes, which is pretty amazing. But
we're going to see a lot of what we got spoiled too.
It's going to be a lot of filler, I feel like, from at least our perspective.
My next one is Game Boy Mini.
Oh yeah, so this is, I think they even trademarked something along those lines. Yeah. What form do you think it's going to take, though? A console that you hook up to your TV, or a portable Game Boy Mini?
I would hope a console, because, you know, a console, maybe console portable hybrid.
Basically this Switch.
But that plays, like, Game Boy games.
Yeah. We don't, like, we have the Super Game Boy, but I just crave a way to play Game Boy games on an HD TV with full picture size. Because in all those Game Boy players and Super Game Boys, you always have the border. I want to do away with the border. Next up I have Mario DLC. Not sure what form this will take. I want to say it's going to be a brand new world. Isle Delfino would be the preferred thing, but who knows? Of course, there's that now debunked leak from a while ago where they said Mario and Waluigi are playable. It's not going to happen, but that would be amazing. Waluigi needs his time to shine.
He doesn't. My next one is Pokemon Switch info, announcement. So
this is the kind of outdated thing. Tom was smart to say not announcement, because we got the announcement before, but now that we know about Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, of course it's going to show up. That's almost a guarantee. We actually know it's going to be on the show floor playable. So it's kind of the outdated thing. I think we're counting it towards our bingos, aren't we? Just because we made these so long ago, but we'll have to see. Some Wii U port. Nintendo loves porting their games from Wii U, because Wii U was a good console in terms of games for the most part. Like, Nintendo has some quality first-party stuff, but the console sucks. Hate the Wii U. The Wii U is horrible. And I think we're going to see Mario Maker, maybe Yoshi's Woolly World will do another 3B, kind of like Captain Toad.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yoshi's Woolly World and the Yoshi game just look so similar, though, to me.
I would go back and watch the Yoshi trailer. Last year, we really talked about the Yoshi trailer. Yoshi's not shown up for a year, by the way. I really hated it. It looked bad. Me and you were kind of tired of the Yoshi thing, I think. Yeah. Looking back, it does look more creative than I thought it was originally, but we'll have to see more about Yoshi's flipped around or whatever it's going to be called. Switched
around.
We'll
get to that later on. Let's see here. My next one is Smash gets put back to 2019.
This isn't going to happen. It's not going to. Tom's been saying
You're right.
this.
It's going to be pushed back to 2020.
That's what we were joking about earlier. I think that we can be pretty positive this match is going to come out this year. And my only reason for that is Nintendo's track record so far. There's some sketchy things, such as, I'm going to segue this into my next one, which says Yoshi. So back on the Yoshi topic, we haven't seen anything about this game.
We haven't seen anything about Fire Emblem.
We haven't seen anything about Fire Emblem. Where are these games? They're supposed to come out this year. It's looking more and more unlikely, but I'm going to say that Xenoblade 2...
the internet service, which was pushed back as well.
There is that. I do think it'll finally make its release date, though.
Yeah.
I want to say Nintendo was really trying to find the best time to kind of drop that. I think I have that on my thing, so we'll come back to that in a bit, but the internet service is a whole nother issue. What do you got next, Tom?
Oh. I thought it was your turn next.
Well, I said Yoshi.
Okay. Reggie says something dumb.
The game is fun. One of the greatest moments of the last E3. Yeah, I mean, this is a given, but Reggie... I don't know, I think you said you didn't like Reggie. I love Reggie. He's just a goofball, and I think he adds something to the Nintendo...
I think he's a fool.
You're being so hard on Reggie.
Everybody makes fun of.
Well, he's very memeable, but he seems like a sweet guy. He seems like a sincere person.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Just everybody makes fun of him.
That's what I like about Reggie. He's kind of like you in that regard. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be shown. I'm going to say non-gameplay trailer. A full cinematic CGI trailer is going to be how it's done, because we got a JPEG last year, cinematic trailer this year. Next year we get gameplay until it releases in 2020, which won't be so great, but I just want people to keep Metroid Prime 4 in their mind.
My next one is Kid Icarus for Switch. We haven't had a Kid Icarus game since Uprising, I believe, and it just feels like it's about time for a new one.
I'm going to say no for one reason. Sakurai developed Uprising, and he became really attached to the Kid Icarus series. You can see by how it's represented in Smash Brothers. I don't think they'll make a new Kid Icarus until after Smash for Switch is complete. I think that's a good bet for next year. But that is a good... It's good to think about those classic Nintendo franchises, because they like to surprise people with them. Smash Fighter reveal. We're definitely going to see this. If we don't see this, there will be riots in the streets. I'm hoping for King K. Rool. Anyone off the top of your head, like #1 pick?
Let's see here. No, I guess I don't have one right on the top
Honestly,
of my head.
the roster for 4 was so amazing that it's hard to really think of things, but King K. Rool's up there. But Smash Fighter reveal will probably get multiple.
Fire Emblem for Switch.
Yep, this is another one. Have we seen a single trailer for this?
Nope.
Has it just been...
It's just been at the end of the Fire Emblem Direct.
Mm. And we've been waiting to hear more about it ever since. I don't know. This one is the one that I'm most skeptical of making a 2018 release.
Yeah.
I'd love it to, because I've been playing a little bit of Fire Emblem, especially Heroes. The mobile Heroes game is really good for what it is. So, hoping we get one. Oh my god, my next one was also Fire Emblem.
Oh.
So back to you, Tom.
Okay. Instead of having a GameCube Virtual Console, no Virtual Console for Switch, that's how dated this is, they will be making ports to put onto the 3DS.
So, we had known about Luigi's Mansion at this point, right? So, I guess Mario Sunshine is probably the next best
Mario
choice.
Sunshine, and this goes back to my Paper Mario theory, where Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door for 3DS as well.
You know what would make a good one, in my opinion?
What?
I'd rather see on Switch, but it would be good. Pikmin. That feels like a game that would be fun to have portable. They tried with that Hey Pikmin thing. Don't think people really cared for that too much. So, I'd like to see them do an actual Pikmin port.
And with the 2 screens, I think it would be good fit for the 3DS.
Oh, yeah. It could kind of be like what they were trying to do with the Wii U, only the 3DS is like compact and comfortable. So that'd be nice. Pokemon Switch is on here for my next one, so that's confirmed. We know it as Let's Go. Do you think we'll hear about the 2019 Pokemon game at all? I don't think so. I don't think.
And besides, Pokemon Company never reveals anything for E3.
I think the only time they did was last year, right? When Junichi Matsuda said, "We're developing something for the Switch," but that was about it. It was very short and okay.
Okay, a new IP is shown. Don't know what. Something new, like ARMS or something.
Yeah, this could be anything. Do you think they're going to stick with the model that they've been doing, which is competitive multiplayer games?
Yeah.
Because Splatoon was so popular. Everyone loves Splatoon. Then ARMS, less popular, but it's a fun game. You know, it's interesting at the very least. Yeah. I think that if we do see a new IP, I hope it's something a little bit different than that. But I think it's a safe bet that if they do show one, it'll probably be a multiplayer kind of focused thing. Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4. This game has been in development for how long?
It's been for a while now.
I feel like after Pikmin 3, Miyamoto said, "Oh yeah, we're almost done with Pikmin 4." It's like, you're what? And then we heard about Hey Pikmin out of nowhere. That's launched. I don't know if we've heard about anything since.
No, that's not Pikmin 4.
Yeah, then they came out and said it wasn't, which was bizarre. I kind of expected it at that point.
I don't think Hey Pikmin was very popular. Kind of like Metroid Return. No, what?
Federation Force.
Yes.
So wait, are you saying that Hey Pikmin was Pikmin 4? It bombed, and they said, "No, that wasn't Pikmin 4."
No, I'm saying that since it bombed, they're maybe reworking Pikmin 4 a bit.
Oh, interesting.
Putting a bit more effort into it.
We gotta salvage the series.
Yeah. Okay. ARMS character is announced for Smash.
This is one that I expect.
Yeah.
I really expected it when ARMS came out. As soon as ARMS was released, I'm like, that will be a character in Smash Brothers probably.
Yeah.
Because the Inklings, even though we hadn't seen it yet, they were shoo-ins for it, right? Yeah. But now I'm not so sure anymore. Because I follow this page called Source Gaming on Twitter, and they make videos and stuff. And they talked about Springman, who's the main character, and how the way Sakurai plans out his games might have been too late for Springman this time around. We might see things more from the Wii U era in this Smash, rather than anything on the Switch so far. We might not even see, aside from Breath of the Wild Link, really any Mario Odyssey representation or Switch game representation.
We really need to do a video just on Smash.
Just on Smash Brothers,
because I'm Eevee and Decidueye, I feel are two strong contestants that could be.
Maybe we should talk about Smash Brothers, but it's happening so soon. I don't know if we really have time. Next up, I have Overwatch. I think I predicted this last year too. I'm always just predicting Overwatch. I don't know why. It just seems like one of those games that's been around for a while, but hey, we can really support on Switch because Switch is doing so well, and kind of would be unexpected at the same time. To go along and bolster my argument here, Fortnite and Paladins, which are games that are semi-similar in their appeal, I think have already been announced.
Yeah.
As early E3 things in this weird E3 year where it started a month early. So Overwatch for Switch.
Okay. My next one is new mobile game.
Oh, yeah. Yes, but would you count Mario Kart Tour being shown?
I said new mobile game.
New, so nothing we've heard about before. Okay. I think that it's possible Mario Kart Tour might be shown. That weird Mario Kart game that we haven't heard much about. What would they do for a new mobile game? What IP would they draw from?
To see here, they could do
Splatoon Battlegrounds?
Something like that.
I wonder, because Pokemon Go feels like it was the peak of Nintendo mobile games. Yeah. And that was one of their first ones. So
I guess they could have done something with Zelda or something.
Oh, Zelda's the way to go. That's a good point. That's their next major one. Next up I say GameCube Joy-Cons. This is less likely given the fact that they're actually official officially licensed GameCube-style controllers for Switch now. And you can also use GameCube controllers on Switch by the Wii U USB adapter. So if anything, we'll see that relaunched with a Switch logo on it, essentially. Probably to coincide with Smash Brothers. But unfortunately, the cool idea of different style Joy-Cons that you can connect to your Switch they're specially designed. It seems less and less likely as the days go by. So this is a outdated one, you might say. But yeah.
Yoshi game is never brought up, and it sinks into the abyss, never being talked about for a while, and then brought back up.
Like Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yes.
That game disappeared forever.
Mm-hmm.
We kept on asking, where's that Yoshi game? It looks so good. Then it launched and it was only average.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
This game's going to be average, too.
This game's going to be average. I don't think it'll be terrible. There's never been a terrible Yoshi game, really. Maybe Yoshi's New Island. Ugh, that one was pretty bad. But this will just be off into obscurity for a couple of years, and we're launching this. Punch-Out for Switch. I want to see the Punch-Out for Switch. It's been a whole console generation since the last Punch-Out game. I think people are ready for it. I really loved the arcade port that they brought to Switch of Punch-Out, and I'm just ready for more Punch-Out. I think that it launched on NVIDIA Shield in China, which was pretty neat. So even just kind of like an updated version of the Wii game I'd be cool with. I just really want some Punch-Out.
Yeah. My next one is Zelda 3DS game.
Link's Awakening,
yeah.
Right? The rumored Link's Awakening Deluxe port for 3DS. I think it's pretty much confirmed. You were saying earlier they posted some very,
Well, somebody did. I'm not sure if it was Nintendo, but they were posting stuff about... Somebody was posting stuff about Link's Awakening, like early concepts.
Oh, sure. So I think that, yeah, this is a pretty likely one. It's also one of those... Nintendo's really likes doing remakes of all kinds right now for 3DS. Like the WarioWare game is basically a remake compilation thing. I think we'll see a lot more of that stuff. Low development time, generally, and the 3DS is still super popular, so pretty good returns. Pokemon Snap 2, this isn't going to happen. With the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee being spin-offs and that are... And then we have the main one coming out in 2019.
Yeah.
You have the spin-off series developing and mainline games. There's really no room for Pokemon Snap 2, I feel. Even though I would love to see it. This is a game that everyone wants. I don't know why I haven't made it yet, honestly. Other than maybe Pokemon Snap is a little bit old at this point.
It is. Okay, my next one is Mario Maker Deluxe for Switch.
This falls into the Wii U ports thing.
Ports and then add
enhanced ports.
Yes.
So you don't see this as a full-fledged sequel, though. This isn't Mario Maker 2.0.
No, it's the same game with a couple extra sprinkles.
More costumes, more items to use, maybe a better interface or something. I could definitely see it. Mario Maker seems like an essential thing. I don't know, with the recent rumors of the new Super Mario Bros. Wii U port, is it time to do Mario Maker already, which basically allows you to make your own Mario levels? I don't know, but I think that we're going to be getting Mario Maker at some point.
Yeah.
Next I have Virtual Console. Well, that's not happening. The Virtual Console doesn't exist, as we found out. So that one is wrong. But maybe you could replace this with some news on the new service.
Yeah. My next one is Mario will have Cappy in the new Smash.
I think that they could replace the Flood as one of his moves, because Flood is
a bit dated.
Is very dated. Mario Sunshine has not been really a thing
unless they make a remake of Mario Sunshine for the 3DS.
Which would be pretty great. I think we all want to see Sunshine brought back, because it hasn't aged very well, but it's a great game at its core.
It is a good game.
Mother 3. Every year it's on the list. It's got to be. It's got to be, because you got to keep hope alive. Will it happen? Probably not. We don't expect it to at this point, but we really want it to. The rumors have not been so strong this year. As far as Mother 3 goes. So this year it'll happen.
Okay. My next one is Animal Crossing for Switch. And again, it's just an old franchise.
It's popular.
It's popular.
It has a lot of mobile appeal, it seems, and the Switch fits that perfectly. They had that Pocket Camp game, so it's on Nintendo's mind. They have all those assets from that terrible Wii U game. So they have HD Animal Crossing characters that they can plop in something decent. I have Classic Franchise Revived. So who knows what that could be? Excite Bike? Balloon Fight HD remix, something that you don't see coming. Duck Hunt, a new Duck Hunt game, would maybe be good for the Switch. I don't know. This will be.
I feel like a lot of those games are like just too simple, I guess, and not what people really want.
I could see that being Nintendo's like party game mentality. You know, how can we attract people? Oh, I recognize Duck
Mario
Hunt.
Party Switch game.
That would be great.
I should have
is that a classic franchise at this point? Like the good ones are.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's see here. Amiibo start to fizzle out a bit more.
So again, this has already happened.
Yeah.
Have we heard about an Amiibo since Odyssey? I guess the Dark Souls Amiibo.
Yeah.
That's not even a first-party Nintendo thing, though. The Amiibo,
it's dying.
It was basically Nintendo's main product of the Wii U generation. You could say Amiibo was more popular than the Wii U itself in some respects.
Because people would just sell them on the internet for ridiculous prices.
There's that, but also, I get to have the Smash Brothers a trophy of the Smash Brothers character in real life. Like, that was appealing to a lot of people. When the Smash Brothers line disappeared, so did Amiibo to some degree.
Yeah.
I think maybe Smash will bring a bolster back to that. It really just comes down to how Sakurai is approaching this game. I wrote down Mega Man 11 here, and I'm not sure if this was before or after Mega Man 11 was revealed. I want to say it was after.
Yeah.
I don't think this will happen because we got some Mega Man 11 news in the 2 weeks prior to E3 or something. But maybe they'll show it. It is coming to Switch, and it is a tentpole title. Mega Man is a big series, and this is a mainline entry, the first one in quite a few years. So, the last one was on Wii with Mega Man 10.
I have Metroid Prime 4 info.
Talked about this earlier. Do you think it's going to be the CG trailer thing, or do you think we're actually going to see gameplay?
I think we'll get a little gameplay. Just a small little sample.
Just a very little bit, like...
A small smack.
It's like 5 seconds of him shooting Ridley or something. And then Ridley for Smash. Next up I have N64 Mini. Again, trademarks being...
My Game Boy Mini will come first.
I believe that to be the case, but N64 Mini, it just seems like that's the way Nintendo's going. The only concerns I have is that N64 could support 4 players. You're not packaging the thing with 4 controllers that are as complex and weird as the N64. What games are you going to put on it? We've come up with quite a few that you could, but it seems more empty and less diverse than the Super Nintendo or NES Mini, and that could be a problem for them.
My next one is F-Zero for Switch.
I don't think so because of the Star Fox leaks. Have you heard about them? Star Fox Grand Prix, a space racing game. Kinda seems like F-Zero. Nintendo doesn't do anything with F-Zero, unfortunately. So he'll show up in Smash again, and that's it. And you'll forget about F-Zero ever existed.
Falcon.
Captain Douglas Falcon. Did you know that's his middle name or something?
I did.
Is it his first name? New Smash Amiibo. If there's going to be Amiibo for any game, it'll be Smash. I think they might do this similar to the final wave of Smash Amiibos had 2 variations. Maybe they'll re-release the old Amiibo now, but as second player variations. So we're going to be able to see new alternate costumes in Amiibo form.
My next one is Nintendo shows off a game that uses their characters or costumes of their characters from a third-party developer.
So style savvy or One Piece with the Mario costumes sort of thing?
Or Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim, yeah. That's probably the best recent example. Yep, I think that's a fair bet.
Or even Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's going to be DLC shown of the Donkey Kong DLC, so I guess that's kind of guaranteed then. But yeah, Nintendo seems much more open recently to let other people use their IPs. And I kind of like that. I think it's fun. Of course, then again, Mario did appear back on the GameCube in like Star Fox, SSX on tour. Mario, Peach, and Luigi were all playable characters in that game, which is kind of bizarre. But yep, Star Fox is my next one. That is almost 100% going to happen just from the leaks. Star Fox Grand Prix. So
My next one is a new way to buy old games for Switch from the NES to the N64.
Now this will be different than the online service because right now that's just kind of like a weird rental thing almost. You get to keep them forever as long as you have the service, which is more like a PlayStation thing, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Netflix almost, I guess. Netflix for games is how some people are referring to this. Well, I hope you can buy games though. I really want to own Link to the Past on the Switch. I really want to own Mario 64 on the
keep
Switch.
Putting that $20.
Yeah, I'm very concerned about Nintendo's online currently, especially with how horrible it was from Mario Tennis Aces. A nightmare. Game's great. Nightmare online. I have Zelda Remake down. I believe I was also thinking about Link's Awakening DX at this time, but really it could be anything for either system. The Switch could always use a classic Zelda game in addition to Breath of the Wild.
A collection of classic Zelda games, like A Link to the Past and the original.
Updated graphics though?
Why not?
That would be good.
Like, they could just use A Link Between Worlds.
Oh, those assets, yeah.
Yeah.
Just upscale them a little bit. That'd be the way to do it.
Streaming services for Switch, so like your Netflix and Amazon Prime and your...
I think it could happen. Yeah. I would be disappointed. That'd be a boring part of the show for me. Wouldn't it kind of? Like,
it would be boring. But...
Yeah. Well, it's just always like, there's 45 minutes, those 45 precious minutes of Nintendo E3.
Show me
and every
your best.
every time they waste their time on something, your body just fills with dread. Oh no, this is the next year of Nintendo, this kind of thing. That's like a vestige from the Wii U era when they didn't do anything right. So I think we're all still like kind of shell-shocked from the Wii U.
Yeah.
And we just want them to use their time so effectively, which they have previously, so I should probably just get over it. 3DS is a no-show. I take this one back. That's stupid.
Yeah,
Nintendo is supporting the 3DS forever, probably at this point.
Until it stops making...
Well, it's their budget alternative to the Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't afford a Switch? Well, you can still be buying Nintendo. We got a 2DS, whatever, fork over $70. You know, basically the price of a new game. You can have a console. It's just smart business. And anyone who says that the 3DS should just stop existing, I think that they're pretty short-sighted.
My next one is a fun one. Mother 4. Yes, 4.
This was the funniest one when I first saw his list. I do love the idea that Nintendo wouldn't localize a third game, but eToy will release a fourth one that will be localized. Interestingly enough, it would work. There's not much continuity between the three games. Yeah. Like, Pokey shows up in the third one, obviously. But you don't really need to have played Earthbound to figure out what Pokey's purpose is in the story. And, you know...
Although there are a few more Easter eggs.
Yeah, that you would understand as a player. That's the same thing with Earthbound Beginnings and Earthbound itself. Yeah. My last one is Indie Sizzle Reel. This one might not happen because Nintendo has those Nindy showcases at this point.
Yeah.
Do they really need to have an entire sizzle reel in their presentation devoted to it? Maybe if it's a really heavy-hitting one. I can't think of any independent games right off the top of my head that people are really clamoring for, but... there very well could be some that I'm just not thinking about. Undertale, for example, might be one. People love that Undertale. If they...
When's that coming out, by the way?
I don't think they gave it a date, did they? I think it actually said coming sometime in the direct announcement. So we could get some more Undertale information. Finally play that game.
Okay, my last one is new Switch model. So
yes.
Like a portable-only model or something along
To be fair...
those lines.
Another thing that's already happened, kind of. In Japan, we had that portable-only version of the Switch. I don't know if what you're implying is no dockable capability to cut on costs. Or are you saying that this is just selling it separately from the dock?
Only portable.
You can't connect it to a dock?
Yep.
Okay, this is surprising. See, if I see them doing anything, it would be dockable only. Or dedicated console version.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that no screen, you're cutting down on the price. Another thing I could see them doing that I think would count for yours is a new dock that adds more power to the Switch. This has been suggested by some people like Digital Foundry, and I think that would be a very smart move.
The Switch Dock Plus.
There you go. Something that gives people who already bought a Switch the capability to get an upgrade themselves.
Well, Although upgrades like that don't really go too well.
You thinking Sega CD and 32X?
Yeah.
I could. I do like the idea though, because Nintendo has said that they want to extend this into a longer console generation than normal. Of course, when you look at Sony and Microsoft, Xbox One X or whatever they're on now, XS, Xbox One S, is that a thing?
Well, they can build their own Xbox.
What?
I kind of remember that.
All I remember is that was the first time I was introduced to the term teraflop, and it sounded absolutely ridiculous. In PS4 Pro, right?
Yeah. So
this seems like a better way to do that same idea. Like, you don't have to buy a whole new console and fork over $500. Here's a $70 new dock. You plop your Switch in, and now it runs games better. I see your point about the 32X and Sega CD, but I kind of like it. So that rounds it out. E3 is only a couple days away now.
Yep.
I think we're both massively excited for it. We always get, it's like video game Christmas, almost. Yes. And I think we'll be doing coverage of E3 after the event. Last year
after all the events, Smash Brothers, all of them, we'll be covering it.
Last year I tried to do like a video a day. Ugh. Yeah, it's kind of you run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Might as well wait for the whole time. But yeah, we'll come back after E3, talk about how it went. Maybe do that
and
Smash
see
video.
How right I am.
or horribly wrong. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.